Hey everyone, this is Josh from Geeks Reborn, and today I had the privilege of watching Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. So, if you know nothing about this movie, this is based on a J.K. Rowling book uh, of the same name, and it's a prequel to the Harry Potter books. I believe it takes place 100 years before Harry Potter's time. And I'm just going to give a little spoiler free review. I watched it today in 4D. So I watched it in a 4D theater. This was my first experience for that. And it worked beautifully with this movie. It definitely enhanced this movie. So let's just talk about a little bit about the movie, and then I'll give a little bit of my review of how the 4D interacted with the Fantastic Beasts movie. So Fantastic Beasts is directed by David Yates. So David Yates is someone who's very familiar with the Harry Potter world. He's already filmed four of the last Harry Potter movies. He's directed them, and so he knows, you know, the what that world is and how to create that world. So he's creating a new world here, and it's a new world that you still want. They still want it to be part of that Harry Potter universe. And so, from what I've seen, beautiful world. The CGI is a little bit lacking. The animals, they are beautiful creatures, but they are a little fake, right? Like when you have them next to a human, they are a little. But that's still nothing that I would really say that hampers this movie. This movie, I think, where it drags a bit is where it's trying to do too much in its 2 hour time frame. They're really trying to introduce a lot of characters, a lot of concepts, the wizardry, the world of wizardry, the non-mage, or that's the American version of the Muggles. With the witches, the society. So they're trying to introduce everything at the same time, and you understand why they're trying to do that because they hope that this movie will turn into a 5 film movie. So that's J.K. Rowling's plan, and so they want to get you right on board right from the start. Was I on board? Yeah, I love this movie. It was a great movie. I'm not saying it's perfect, definitely not perfect, but it is quite a fun time. It has that Jumanji feel to it. So he has his just by looking from the trailer, you can see he has that briefcase, and his creatures are some of them escaped, and so he's going throughout the city trying to capture his creatures, and that's where the fun ensues, and that's where he bumps into. I don't know, say that literally, into a character named Dan. Well, his name's Jacob Kowalski, and that's played by Dan Fogler. Now, Dan Fogler has won Tony Awards in the past, and he's great in this movie. He is a non magical person, and he's great for comic relief in this movie. I would say he stole the show. And there's a scene at the end, without giving anything away, where you actually feel for the guy. And you don't want something to happen. And it's a very touching moment. And I loved the way that he acted and portrayed his character. Great job. The rest of the actors, Eddie Redmayne, he was very, very shy, very awkward, I have to say. And, maybe a little too awkward. But uh, then, helps him out with that, and, with the interactions between the ladies that are in the movie. But yeah, he plays that role perfectly. He's very shy to the point where you want to help him get him out of his shell. Like literally, you want to help him. And so yeah, he does a great job with that. The The other characters, there is Colin Farrell. Colin Farrell does a great job in this. He's been lacking lately in his roles in films, but this movie he's not starring in it, and it's a great role for him. And I liked what he brought to the table to this movie. The story itself, it's action packed, very action packed, especially towards the end where you usually get your big action scenes. Uh, the world where the beautiful creatures lived, the fantastic creatures live. Uh, Very nice, very nice. And now with in terms of the 4D, it was exquisite for that. So even with 3D, I would have to say this is one of the best 3D movies I have watched in a long time. Like this brings it right up to like Avatar and The Walk. I love The Walk in 3D and IMAX. That was whoa. That was like really one scary movie to watch as he was walking above the between the twin towers. Now this movie itself, I felt myself jump a couple of times where you had these beasts just flying right at you, and you were in shock on how they actually came right at you. This is what 3D was meant to be, and it's actually here for once. Right? Usually, the credits show the best 3D. Here, they're actually showing it in the movie, and they do it a lot. It's a lot of like the magic scenes, things floating in the air. It's floating right in front of you. Love that. Beautiful. With the 4D, so in the 4D movie theater, this was my first experience in a 4D theater. There was a lot of like the wizardry, the wand fighting, and so you would feel the air every time someone was shooting some magic. You'd feel that just floating by you through your ear, and then there was a lot of thunder. You'd actually get drenched when it was raining. Rain plays a big role in this movie, especially towards the end. No spoilers. But yeah, it's really, really good addition to it, especially when you're in the land of the fantastic beasts. You'll actually smell how the theater smelled, how that land is supposed to smell. So I enjoyed that quite a bit. It was a roller coaster ride, just moving in my seat, and it was no holds bar. They really they really go at it. Those seats move. So all in all, I say this was a great start to what is going to be a 5-part movie, and I'm really interested to see where they go with this. Maybe now, if all goes well, and hopefully it should go well, they could just step back and piece it together slowly, a little slower, and give us the story in pieces. And I'm sure they'll do great, as they did with Harry Potter, with J.K. Rowling. So if you like this review, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks, guys. Josh from Geeks Reborn.